Alright, boys, we are back, and it's time to head into year number 5 with your Ottawa Senators, and it's time for us to see if we can defend that President's Trophy and Stanley Cup. I gotta let you guys know, though, I may not be crisp today. Been playing the EASHL beta all last night, didn't get a lot of sleep, but you know what? I've been playing it too much. I haven't been making videos, so gotta get back to some videos, alright? So we'll get a lot of the year 5 simulation done in this video. I'm not gonna do the slow simulation for the first month. I don't think we need to. I think we're a good team. And I want to show you guys the lineups that we have going into the season. Jaden Schwartz, Kyle Turris, and Mark Stone. I decided to leave Mark Stone on the first line because I want Burakovsky to grow, and he's listed as a second liner right now, so leave him on the second line. This is the lines that won us the President's Trophy last year. Alright, so I'm fairly confident. Burakovsky's Zibanejad and Hoffman, Tommy Wingles, Lazar, and welcome Evgeny Dadonov up to the NHL this year. Well, he played last year, but he's much better and much more ready to hold down that third line right wing spot this year. Fourth line, Justin Abdelkader, Zach Smith, and Blythe. I think one of you guys told me how to pronounce that. It's coming up in the comments. Hang on, I'll get to that later. Defensively, Lindholm and Carlson, Weirkosh and Cody Ceci, Tootin and Braun. And then the power play, penalty kill. I showed you guys that in the last video, all right? Our AHL squad, I made sure to have Travis Konechny on the first line center in pretty much every position, putting 2 snipers alongside of him, so I'd imagine he gets some good offensive stats this year. And Mackenzie Savard at 78 overall, he's going to play half the games, and Brendan Hope's going to play the other half of the games. So I'm hoping that our AHL team has a very good season this year, alright? So I want to get a good chunk done in this video. Let me just go to the scouting report. Let me just send it out to the OHL for 6 weeks. There you go, forwards. And let's start the simulation. All right, we'll go 1 month at a time. Like I said, we won the Presidents last year. Our team is actually a better team compared to last year. Even the guys who couldn't grow anymore, like Robin Lehner, I think he went up to an 86 because of his great Vezina and Conn Smythe trophy winning season. I was hoping for some growth out of guys like Zibanejad, Curtis Lazar, Mark Stone especially. I really wanted some. Burakovsky, he could still grow though. Jaden Schwartz, he didn't really grow, right? But Hampus Lindholm is now a 95. I think Eric Carlson went up to a 91, right? So our team is just fine, and this is what I mean about late night last night. Whenever I don't get sleep, man, and I'm trying to do a commentary, I need to drink water like crazy. Hang on. Oh, there you go. I don't know what it is. And the Toronto Maple Leafs hand us our first loss of the year. We started off 4-0. Not too shabby. Robin Lehner playing pretty good so far, and there you go. Answer back with a win. So, you know what? Let's go 1 month here, and then I'll dive into some comments. We have some comments. But I would like to actually, you know what, if we're winning games, I'd like to just take it to the trade deadline in this video. This could be pretty automatic now for the Ottawa Senators. We've built a very nice young team that is salary cap friendly. Well, except for Hampus Lindholm. I would have liked to sign him a little bit longer, but you can understand why that guy wants to get paid, man. He really is the next coming of Nick Lidstrom. 95 overall, and he's still only 24. He could become a 96 over. Like, thing is, our team, if we continue to have great seasons, you know, our team could all just grow. Like, we could see Robin Lehner get to an 87 if he keeps on playing like this. Our team 9-1-0, all right? I mean, we're a good team, boys. We are a good team. No need to stop it. Let's just keep going here. I'll send the scout out again. Let's go through forwards in all of the CHL. We'll go the O, we'll go the QM, and then we'll go out to the dub and the W. Yeah, we'll go 1 month at a time here. I think we're automatic, though, all right? So, let me read some of the comments here. Johnny, it's pronounced bleed, like so Johnny sees, boys. All right, so it's not Blythe, it's not Blythe, that's bleed. That's going to actually make up for some really good fan art in the future, I hope. If we get to the playoffs and bleed starts to take over, what is he going to do, make the other team bleed? I know he's on the 4th line, right? He's a grinder for us, but a nice young signing for us, so bleed. I forget his first name. I'll just call him Bleed for right now. Well, we lost a few games, but we just beat the Tampa Bay Lightning. Very good. Let me just see this game against the Boston Bruins. Some home games right here against Eastern Conference teams. Losing some games. We started off nice. I think we've lost 2 of the last 3, though, so it's still early on in the season. But just give ourselves a chance to win that Presidents again. Beat the good teams. There's another loss. We're losing. That's 9 goals against in the last 2 games with only 1 goal for. 3 of the last 4 games we've lost. 4 of the last 5 games we've lost. See this? I don't understand this, man. We start off so good, and then the team just starts to shit the bed. I could make some line changes. This is why I'm not reading the comments right now. We could just watch this. There you go. There's a win. Let me just watch a few more games. I want to get a... Brendan Hope's been injured, the sprained ankle. All right, so don't worry about that. We have Mackenzie Savard down there in the minors. He'll take over. There's a win. Good. Let's see if we can come back and win 3 in a row. Burakovsky's already got 10 goals. Hampus Lindholm with 12 assists. Hoffman is a +7. Zach Smith leading our team in penalty minutes on the 4th line. Very good. Let's see, the Florida Panthers, a loss. We're getting shut out a lot, eh? Jesus. Well, hopefully we're still a good defensive team. All right, let's read some more comments here. Give Bleed a trial run on the 2nd line right wing instead of Hoffman. Hoffman has had 4 years of chances and hasn't become anything worth keeping outside of a 3rd line scoring winger. Hang on a second. Brendan Hope's available to play. Let me just get this back in. There you go. Hope. Menino, scratch you. Very good. All right, so we'll continue the simulation. It hasn't become anything worth keeping outside of a 3rd line scoring winger. Try targeting a right wing 86 overall non-sniper and use Hoffman as a piece of the trade. I'm all for keeping a cup-winning team intact, but let's get real. The Swedes on the back end won you that cup. All right, so this guy makes a good point. In the, if you're always looking for the future, I guess a guy like Evgeny Dadonov is going to replace Hoffman, right? But Hoffman, I think, is still a fine depth player for a team that's trying to win a Stanley Cup or a President's, whether he plays on the 2nd line, the 3rd line. And yeah, I can go out there and make a trade, but I don't really like making trades with this team right now. I think we have a good team. I want to bring in some young players, some drafting players like Travis Konechny could also be somebody who replaces Mike Hoffman. I know he's a center, but we could throw him on the wing, right? So Hoffman's got a good contract. He's still a young guy. We can hold on to him. We don't have to worry about trading him right now. But maybe something in the future, especially if we continue to lose some games here. Look, what the hell's been going on? We started off great, and then we went off through that little losing streak, 15-10-0. Thing is, though, we have lost a lot of regulation games so far. I mean, these other teams like Dallas, only 6 regulation losses. Even Florida, only 8 regulation losses. Calgary, only 7 regulation losses. 10. All right, so we have lost a lot of games here. Gonna have to deal with that. All right. So, yeah, I just read that comment. Let's actually go through some stats here. If I need to make any line changes, I can do that. All right, so we're at 30 points. We are still definitely within reach of the President's Trophy, but we've been faltering a little bit. So let me just go through the stats, the team standings, all that stuff. See if I can make a line change or two. All right, so goals for per game. We are 9th in the NHL, but we're above 3 goals for per game, so that's enough. Those other teams will come back down to earth. Goals against per game, that's not good enough. We were always a good defensive team. It seems like this year we're allowing too many goals, all right? So maybe our penalty kill needs to be improved. Power play percentage, 1st in the NHL. So our power play is smoking, which is nice. Penalty kill, 10th in the NHL, which I don't like. But 82.3 is decent. Our away record is 9-2-0, and our last 10, 5-5-0. All right. I could make maybe a change to the penalty kill. Coaching options. I could run with, you know what I could do? There was one guy who I took off the penalty kill because I didn't, I wanted to spread it out a little bit. See, I put Blyde in there, and Blyde's got a decent defensive awareness, but shot blocking and stick checking, that might be holding him back. I like Wingles. They had Wingles instead of Blyde. I clicked on Blyde again. But the one guy, yeah. What about Curtis Lazar? Lazar would be better than Wingles. Well, actually, Lazar wouldn't. You know what? I'm going to throw Wingles in there because Lazar's getting power play time. I'm going to take Kyle Turris. Yeah, because this guy, he's got a good defensive category, 87, and then stick checking, 87. We'll throw him out there with Zach Smith, all right? And then Wingles and Blyde could be the second. Braun and CC. Should I throw Tootin out there instead of CC? Let me just see. Tootin. Yeah, I could throw Tootin out there. Tootin with Braun. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to throw Tootin out there. Lindholm. And you know what? I'm going to throw instead of Carlson's got really good defensive awareness. Yeah, you know, I'm going to leave Carlson in there. I'm going to run with the workhorses, Lindholm and Carlson. It worked out for us last year. But I'm going to put Turris in there, and I'm going to put Tootin in there to help out the penalty kill, all right? Cody Ceci, I'm going to give you a break. He's got power play time. Don't worry, he'll be fine. And then Kyle Turris and Zach Smith. All right, good. All right, so we just need to improve our defense. That's what I mean. The games that we're getting shut out were like 4-0. We got beat 5-2 here, 4-3, 8-6. When we're getting beat, we're really getting beat. So let's lock her down a little bit here, boys. Scouting assignment. Let's go to the dub. There you go. 6 weeks. Oh, man, I got to go for another drink. Simulate ahead here. We'll go another month. Very nice. Yeah, we're only 10 minutes into this video. I got some more comments. Hang on a second. We could talk about the EASHL beta as well. Don't worry. Some more videos are on their way today. I actually have a lot of ideas for videos. I won't be able to play any ESHL tonight, though, because it's going to take forever to upload, but that's the yin and yang I got to deal with. So the next comment, you cannot, he made sure to cap lock that, put Bleed on the 4th line. He can play on the 3rd line, and you can put Wingles on the 4th line, and maybe even put Bleed on the 2nd line. So this guy wants to see the return of a Lou Morris type. The 2nd line, I don't know about that, man. That's a little bit too much of a promotion for this guy as his first year of the Ottawa Senators. I'd like to see him prove himself. And the great thing about having a guy like that on the 4th line, if we have an injury, we have players who can move up. So when an injury happens to somebody in our top 9, Bleed will be the guy, or Bleed will be the guy who comes up and plays, all right? So until that point, the guy's going to prove himself on the 4th line. And in the playoffs last year, we showed that depth really does matter. That's where we beat teams, especially a team like the St. Louis Blues, you know? What did I say? The defense was pretty even. They had the advantage in the wingers, but we had the advantage in depth. And the depth really came through for us, all right? So I want a stacked 3rd line. I want a stacked 4th line. That will put us ahead of teams that have superstars because they don't have the cap space to have those great depth players like we do, all right? So Bleed stays on the 4th line for right now. I'm just going to see how our team plays, all right? And trust me, boys. You just got to trust me, all right? We're defending Stanley Cup President's Trophy champions. You got to trust the GM. And the last comment, I think I mentioned this in the last video about Mackenzie Savard, possibly trading him, especially if Robin Lehner proves to be a starting goaltender consistently, just because I don't want his trade value to drop and me to waste it. Remember guys like Google Vaz and even a guy like Brendan Hope, right? Some goaltenders the game knows are going to become like 90 overall goaltenders, and their trade values are great. And Mackenzie Savard still has that kind of trade value. I thought he didn't grow that much this year, but this comment says, Johnny, Savard grew from a 73 to a 78, and you said he didn't grow. LOL. I guess I was hoping for a little bit more, but you know what? When you actually put it like that, that does look like substantial growth from a 73 to a 78. How old is Mackenzie Savard? Like 20 years old, 21 maybe? Yeah, if he grows next year to an 83, 84, that'll be good because then he can play backup, and then next year 87, 88, year after that 90. All right, I'm hoping for that. All right, so we won't trade away Mackenzie Savard, but I hope he doesn't get the I hope he doesn't drop off. Oh my God, we won a lot of games here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row, 6 in a row, lost 1, 7, 8. We've won 8 of the last 9 games since we making those defensive changes, all right? So our team's playing fine. Let's stay in the... Well, you know what? I should definitely do my due diligence in the Swedish Hockey League over here, the Swedish Elite League. They've given us great players like Mika Zibanejad, Hampus Lindholm, Erik Karlsson, Robin Lehner. I could go down the list, man. The Super Swedes have done us well, so let's get a scout over there. And plus, Daniel Alfredson is our ambassador. Oh, man. Hampus Lindholm's been injured with a concussion. He's going to be out for a month, boys. That one hurts. All right. I have to manually change this. That one hurts. It's only a month, though. We can deal with it. So I'm going to go with the old school line right here. Weirkosh is going to be put on the first line. All right. We're going to get Bartkowski in there, and we're going to put Braun on the second line. There you go. That's the switch. Power play. What do I want to throw in there? Who can I throw in there? Let me throw... There you go, and I'll give you guys what you want. All right, Bleed. Bleed's getting some power play time, all right? There you go. Let me get CC in there. Let me get... It's Zibanejad? Yeah, Zibanejad's there. Let me get Bleed. There you go. I'll give this guy a chance. There you go. Penalty kill. Oh, man, this hurts big time. Tootin, get up there. And we'll go with CC. You can get back on the penalty kill. Tootin and CC. Man, when you lose a guy like Lindholm, your best player, man, that really hurts. I wonder how this is going to affect our team. It's got to be negative. So someone keep a track of our record when Lindholm was out with this injury, all right? We're going to see our team come back down to earth now, I guarantee you. Bartkowski, there you go. Extra attacker, Karlsson and Lindholm. Jesus. Lindholm's on every damn line, man. He's even in the shootout. Let me just move everyone down. There you go. And I'll get Zibanejad in there. All right. Very good. So Lindholm, injury, only a month though. It could have been a lot worse. We could have him gone for like 8 weeks or something, 10 weeks. He'll be back soon enough. And we have a good record. I mean, we won 8-1. I don't want to jinx us. I don't want to say that we lost our chance of winning the President's Trophy, right? But you want to win that President's Trophy, you have to put those points in the cabinet all year round, and to lose the Hampus Lindholm for 3 weeks, I don't know how our team is going to react. What's that, 1-1 right now without Lindholm? I want to keep an eye on this right now. Tampa Bay Lightning, a tough team in the Eastern Conference. We're going to be fighting with them for a President's Trophy, and we managed to beat them. All right, I think Chicago's come back down to earth now. This is year number 5. They still have Kane and Taves, but their other studs have moved on, like Sharp and Hose, I'd imagine. There you go. There's another win. Good. All right, so we're getting some wins without Lindholm in the lineup. This is very good. Columbus Blue Jackets, they look like they're going to be a President's Trophy type team. They could be up there. Let's try to get a win out of it. Don't give me 16 regulation losses. Come on now, Ottawa. There you go. Very nice. And the Tampa Bay Lightning again, we lose in regulation. All right, that's fine. And now we have, you know what? This is actually perfect. He got injured at the right time. We have the All-Star break we have to go through, which will give Lindholm a week or two to get back to health. Or get back healthy. I told you guys I can't talk, man. I had no sleep last night. Playing ESHL. We did the live stream for you guys yesterday. It was actually a lot of fun. And look into live streaming on this channel in the future. I think I'm going to start doing it. We might do some Civ 5 live streaming or something. We'll open up the possibilities. All right, so All-Star game. New 8 more days for Hampus Lindholm. So you know what? I think I'll give the kid a chance to rest on this road trip. We'll bring him back when we're back in Ottawa, all right? So when's the next home game? Against the Dallas Stars. Yeah, let's 8 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you know what? Just in case he is available to come back in time, I don't want to chance another injury, so let's just go up to this game against the Dallas Stars without bringing back Hampus Lindholm, all right? And remember, the record, I want to know how good we played. He's playing pretty good. Oh, my God. All right, he's not gone for long. He's not gone for long. February 6th. All right, replace that player just by himself. That's going to hurt, man. That's going to hurt. Kyle Turris and Hampus Lindholm. So we have a nobody on the first-line center position. We're going to have 3 games here where we're not very good. Thank God they're Western Conference teams, though. Let's see. The Edmonton Oilers, we can lose against them, yeah. All right, Turris is available to play. Yeah, I'll throw him back in there. This will be easy. Patrick Maroon was the guy who got it put in. There you go. Nice and easy. Didn't take long. Very good. So Turris is back there. So we lost Turris. We lost 2 games. That's all right. Come on now. One more game against Boston? Yeah, Boston, and then the Dallas Stars is when Lindholm comes back. I'm going for another glass of water. Hampus Lindholm, good. Or bottle of water, whatever. Ah, very nice, very nice. All right, so 3 losses in a row. But now, Hampus Lindholm, the man, is back. 32-18-1. Let's see where we sit in the standings. We're first in our division. Carolina and Columbus, they're ahead of us, though. And so is the Anaheim Ducks. So only 3 points behind that President's Trophy. So it's a really good news that we have Lindholm back now. We need him. So we're gosh, I got to do all this again, boys. Hang on a second. You know what? Let me just do this, and I'll edit the video for you guys. All right, so I went ahead and made the line changes for you. Lindholm is back everywhere where we need him. Our first attacker, he's even back in the shootout lineup. All right, so a few more games here. Let's go on the stretch to the trade deadline. Let's see if we can put ourselves in a position to win that President's Trophy. All right, we're going to stay in the SHL. I'm going to go for some defensemen right now, though. All right, 6 weeks in the SHL. All right, so we're 3 points behind the teams in the Presidents. What were those teams again? Hang on, let me just get an eye for those teams. Montreal, Detroit, they're way up there. Carolina, Columbus, Anaheim. Carolina, Columbus, and Anaheim. Do we have any of those big games here? Carolina, Columbus, and Anaheim. There's Columbus. 2 big games against Columbus. Carolina, Columbus. I think we just faced Anaheim. All right, so a few games here. I want that Presidents, but we'll see what happens. The injury bug could still come back and hit us, but let's see. Will our clutch team from last year show up at the end of the season? Very nice. Lindholm comes back in the first game, and Robin Lehner gets a shutout, man. Hampus Lindholm, I love you. What a trade. All right, the Winnipeg Jets, they got a decent record as well. Come on now, boys. Just rack up those points, all right? You got to rack them up. If you're going to, don't get regulation losses. You're going to lose to teams that are like around 500 or sub 500. At least get a point out of them. There you go. Get 2 points. It's the teams that are chasing us for that Presidents we don't want to lose in regulation to. But just get a point. Oh, God damn it, man. How did the Buffalo Sabres get 5 goals on us? So it's a weird year. I think we're better offensively this year, but I think we're allowing more goals as well. I don't know why that is. I think it's just how the simulation works sometimes. You know, once your team becomes a really good goal-scoring team, maybe the other team scores more goals as well. Like, it's impossible to remain a very good defensive team and add offensive pieces to it. We were great defensively last year, and we should be even better defensively this year, you know, when you look at what we had on paper, but it's a simulation engine, so it's all good. At least we're winning games. I just don't like these regulation losses. We have to get a winning streak going. We beat Columbus. There you go. I forgot about that. Another game against Columbus. There you go. There you go. That's like an 8-point gap we just made up on Columbus with those two. Well, actually, I don't know if they were wins in regulation or a shootout. They could have been. It doesn't matter, though. You know what? It's a pretty respectable record. I'd like it if we could be above 2-1, but still, that's pretty respectable for the Ottawa Senators. There was no, iffiness. There was no, will they be a good team this year? We're a good team. We're going to get the chance to defend our title. Oh, my God. Might get the chance to defend both titles. Keep putting those wins away. Come on. We can beat the Edmonton Oilers. They're not good. Every team that I get hyped up about and I say we should win, we lose. Now, the Toronto Maple Leafs, they were right behind us in our division. Yeah, they were a good team. They only have 15 regulation losses, but 10 overtime. So, come on. Get that. There's another loss in overtime. All right, so I still think the President's Trophy is attainable, but I'd say we have an uphill battle. I'd say some teams have taken off now. Let's see. So your Ottawa Senators, we only have 80 points. Only 80. Our division is very competitive. My God. We all have like 80 points. Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, and Detroit. And the Tampa Bay Lightning have 75 points, and they're not in a playoff position, right? Or, actually, they are. Yeah, because they're above the Philadelphia Flyers. So 84 points is the top team in the East. 84, yeah, all right. So actually the Western Conference teams have fallen off a little bit. So we only have to catch the Toronto Maple Leafs, and we just lost them right there. If we beat them there, we would have been tied for first, all right? So yes, the President's Trophy is certainly attainable, boys. Our team has played fine the entire year. Do we have another game? We don't even have another game against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Come on now, NHL. How would you not schedule one of those games in the final few? All right. So let's just go back to the team standings and all this. I know you guys are going to be suggesting to make a trade, but I don't know if we should, man. We got a pretty good team here. We're third in the NHL. So goals for per game, 2.92. We could be scoring a little bit more, but I'm hoping that this is our good stat. Goals against, all right. So that got much better. So, it seems like some games where we lose, we do allow a lot, but I think we also have a lot of shutouts this year as well. Sixth best defensive team in the NHL, right? And tie that in with the 11th best goal scoring team. Could be better. Could be much better, but still it's decent. We have the best power play in the NHL, so that's good news. But our penalty kill is 14th, all right? So maybe something to improve our penalty kill, because I would like that. What was our penalty kill lineup last year, boys? Somebody go back and find the penalty kill lineup for last year, and I'll just put it right in there. Both 4-on-4 or 5-on-4 and 3-on-5. Because we were great last year, weren't we? And this year we're losing some games. I don't like that. Home record 19-14-0, away record 28-2, and our last 10 6-3-1. All right, so I mean you can nitpick, but we're a good team. Stats Central. Let me just go to the player stats. Let's see who's doing what for us this year. I didn't even check this earlier. There's no need to. Our team plays great together. I don't care about individual stats. I care about how our team is playing, and our team is up there. President's Trophy, baby. I want it again. So forwards, let's see. Kyle Turris with 56 points. Andre Burakovsky with 51, but on the second line, and he's got 24 goals, which is nice. Jaden Schwartz on the first line with only 19 goals, but again, I'd imagine he's a -8. Never mind. Zibanejad with 37 points. Hoffman with 32. Curtis Lazar with 30. Evgeny Dadonov with 26 points this year, so he's a -14 though. Maybe that's it. Our third line is too offensive, maybe. Yeah, because Lazar is a -15 and Dadonov's a -14. Wingles is a -6. So our third line is not getting her done. All right. Stone with 15 points. Ooh, he really came down. Jesus. Blyde with 13 points. Smith. All right. Very good. Remember, though, Stone does not have any power play time anymore. And that's probably why he got points last year. Defenseman, Carlson's got 50. Lindholm's got 40, but he's only got 53 games played because of his injury. He's a -4 as well. Wow. This is... all of our offense seems to be coming from the power play, and that's why you don't get a plus for power play. So 5-on-5, we're not scoring many goals. Got goaltenders, Robin Lehner, 2.52, 34, 17, and 2, and 6 shutouts with a save percentage of 91.33. All right, so it seems like this year is a year where we're scoring tons of goals on the power play, and when we lose, we're losing like 5-1 or 4-0, something like that. So it's kind of ruining our stats a little. Even when we're winning 5-4, we're winning 4-3, 5-4, 3-2. They're getting goals on us. 5 goals against, 3 goals against, 5 goals against. There's a shutout. 5 goals against, 5 goals against. Yeah, we're allowing way too many goals in those games. All right. So I'll just show you guys again. If we want to improve our lineup for the playoffs, we have that. There's our defensive core. There's obviously always room for improvement. Now we will go through the trades just to see any potential assets that we could go out there and snag up for our playoff run. So hang on a second. Let me just go through everything. We're not going to go through goaltenders. Robin Lehner's our goalie. Let me just go through. This would be the time to trade for a veteran. All right. Edler, 1 year left, 88 overall. That could be useful on the point. We could scratch a guy like Tootin and just go hardcore with the Super Swedes. Joe Pavelski as a center for 1 year, 34 years old, 4-star. That could be very good, boys. Then you could go down the middle with Kyle Turris and Joe Pavelski, and that would be somebody who could help us out as well. But remember the salary cap situation that we have. We'd have to trade out somebody. So the defenseman makes more sense because you could trade away Tootin for Edler just to free up some cap space with a draft pick as well, right? So they take the guy on for 1 year. Brassard is a center, Zuccarello, all right, some wingers, both one. This is a really, Kreider as well. This is a really good year for trading assets, my God. We could really improve our team. All these guys have 1 year left, which is perfect for us. All right, Stoll, Weiss, Columbus. All right, maybe we have already seen the top assets. Mark Giordano, all right, 5 years left, though. I'm not going to trade for him, boys. That's not going to happen. That's way too much contract. I'd rather go after Edler. All right, so let's just go after Edler here for a second. So I'd imagine, just imagine, we're not going to actually do this right now. I'm just going to show you guys. You can go, all right, you can throw Tootin in here because he's only got 1 year left, so they could take him on. All right, and then you could throw in a first or something, and that could maybe go through if we wanted to. All right, I'm not going to do it right now. I still want to keep our draft picks, all right, but that's something nice to pick up for this year. Certainly is. I'll just go through what we have as trading assets, all right. Turris, Abinajad, no. Konecki, we could trade Konecki if we feel that we don't need him for the future. That would be a tough one, though. Tommy Wingles, we could also trade, but he helped us out last year. All right, he's a good playoff guy. Hoffman, he's got 4 years left at a very respectable contract, only 29, so you don't have to worry about him for 2-3 years at least. All right, could trade away this guy Lettinen. He's a draft pick. He's got good trade value. Rudy Schaefer, he was another first rounder for us. We could trade him if we feel the need to. Blythe, Stone, Maroon. We could trade away Maroon, but he's a depth player for us. Smith, we could trade some of these guys. They don't have a lot of trade value, though. Weirkosh, Tootin, we could trade away Bear or Lanoy. All right, but we don't have any other defensive prospects coming up, so I'm hoping for those guys to be bottom 6. Or we could trade away Mackenzie Savard. Remember what I said about Mackenzie Savard's trade value? I just don't want it to drop, but we could also just hold on to him because the difference between a 27-year-old and a 21-year-old is actually nice, 6 years. By the time this guy, Savard, is 24, 25, ready for a big boy contract, all of a sudden, Robin Lehner is, like 31, 32, and that's around the time where you're thinking about moving on from him. You still have Robin Lehner for the next 3 years, right? But that's why it works out perfectly. So, yeah. I'll just leave it with you guys. What do you guys think we should do? We could just also not do anything considering our team is good enough and just go with it and continue to bring young talent into the team, all right? So I'll leave it here. What do you guys think we should do? Let me know, and I will see you, and we'll finish up the season or the Year 5 season in the next video.